As you guys know, I'm a Warhammer 40k enjoyer. I don't pretend nor say that I am like a mega fan. I know everything about the lore, but I enjoy Warhammer. I'm currently playing through Space Marines 2 and I'm enjoying it so far. But I saw this video and I thought it looked nice. I thought it looked really cool. So we're gonna watch it. Let's go.
The factions of Warhammer 40,000 have been in a deadlock for as long as we can remember. But what would it take for something to tip the scales in one's favor? We'll be going over each of the factions' endgame win conditions, their biggest obstacles to their goals, and how likely each of their endgames is to actually happen. We'll start with the youngest faction.
Question for like actual like Warhammer diehard fans. What is the most likely faction to win? Because I think someone said once it was the Tyranids, because the Tyranids, they're like the only faction where we don't really know much about them. And in theory, they surround the galaxy of where 40k takes place in. So, or not the galaxy, but like they surround the I don't know how big the scale is. I know it's like space battles, but they like surround the area where like the main story takes place. And so people don't really know how many Tyranids are there, just that there are like a lot of them.
The Tau are often seen as the underdogs of the setting, but they're
oh god, no, I need to close
one of the
this.
most dangerous factions in the long run. You see, while the Tau lack the numbers and are fairly naive compared to the other races, they are very intelligent and are one of the only factions that are completely unified in their goal, the greater good. Okay, mostly unified, alright? This unification...
Yeah, that's also one... That's what they say. The first thing that you learn in 40k is that there are no good guys. The second thing is that that's not entirely true. And then the third thing is that, yeah, no, the good guys are kind of bad. The Tower like that, they're like kinda greater good, but not really. They're the closest thing to like good guys, but they're not good.
Ideology allow the Tau to work together extremely efficiently, and this has led to their race developing new technology faster than any other faction in the current era. In just
Space Marine 2.
years, the Tau went from the Stone Age to a spacefaring empire. To put that into a bit of perspective, it took humans 200,000 years to get to our shitty real-life civilization.
Well, hello, sweetheart. Are you lost?
The beginning for the Tau. We also know from real life that the rate of technological advancement is an exponential curve, meaning the Tau's tech will quickly outpace the other factions. Tau technology increases 33 times faster than humans, which is truly terrifying and isn't something...
Meth for nerds. Tau Stone Age to space was 6,000. That's 33. Oh, damn. Yeah. That is, wow. Okay, so they advance at like 33 times the thing. Actually, no, not exactly 6,000 age to space. Yeah, because it's not really space age, is it? We're not exactly at the space age. We're kind of like at the we're kind of at the almost space but not really space age.
So how can the Tau actually win?
A few more thousand years and we're there.
While the Tau are formidable, they are at the moment no match for the full might of any of the other major factions. But they don't have to be. The best move for them right now is to fortify their current borders, continue to convince other races to join the greater good, and keep developing their technology. Time is the greatest asset to the Tau. If they are given a few hundred or even another 1,000 years, they could very well start approaching the power of humanity during the dark age of technology. And if that happens, it's game over for everyone else.
Oh, damn.
The likeliness for them to reach their endgame will be set to not likely. And the reason for this is because the Tau have two hard counters. If either of the next two factions get to their endgames first, then the Tau have no chance of surviving.
Oh, the Tyranids. Bro, I love the Tyranids so much, man. These are, I'm pretty sure that like their end game is just to like eat everything, right? It's just like consume planets. They like eat planets and then they multiply and then they eat more planets and that's what they do. And their objective is to like eat the whole like galaxy.
Our goal is pretty simple: to devour the galaxy of all life. Now, While that is their reason for invading the Milky Way galaxy, the Tyranids are much more cold and calculating than they first appear. The ground troops might be mindless, but the Tyranid hive minds are a completely different story. They think with logistics in mind.
Yeah, look at that. That's so sick. Wait, this is what I've seen. I've seen this before. Cause like the whole galaxy where 40K takes place, it's assumed that the Tyranids just surround the entire thing, because the way that the Tyranids attack, like they don't have the the warp that other factions have, from what I understand, but they just surround everything, and that's why they're so terrifying, because we don't really know where they come from. We just know that they're probably surrounding everything.
Logistics in mind.
So
The Milky Way
sick.
galaxy for us is the main setting, but for the Tyranids, our galaxy could simply be a stepping stone to
Yeah, okay, I
dozens
was
of
right. Yeah,
galaxies
so the story of 40K is just mostly one galaxy.
that they are planning to invade simultaneously.
I thought it was like the whole
Our
universe.
objective from the hive mind's perspective is not just to take over the galaxy, but to have gained more biomass than what they have
Yeah,
lost in
biomass, that's
every
the one.
battle. We've witnessed that Tyranids will outright ignore Necron planets or ones with no life on it. If the Tyranids continue to get pushed back and lose
Wait,
more
they
biomass,
ignore Necron planets? Wait, that's so sick. That's a sick detail. Because yeah, the Necron planets are just all dead. It's mostly just robots and stuff. That's really interesting. That's a neat little detail.
gain on a grand scale, two things can happen. Either more reinforcements come to quell the galaxy, or they could very possibly leave, as the hive minds have been shown to cut their losses when they deem something is not worth their time. Our galaxy might just be too difficult of a meal for the Tyranids to handle. I'm going to put the Tyranids' endgame likeliness
At like
right down the
70.
middle.
Oh.
Until we know more information about how many Tyranids are really outside the galaxy,
Yeah, that's what I was. No, because listen, I would put, again, I'm not like the smartest tool in the shed or the sharpest mind at the university, but I would say that like just the simple fact of not knowing how many there are, and we've seen how many, like not even in just like Space Marine 2, but like in like lore, like certain books, it's like they have a lot of there are a lot of Tyranids. There is a lot of them. And the fact that we just don't know that much about them, like I would put Tyranids at like a likelihood of 70-ish% at least, right? Because we just don't know how many there are. There could be like a few, like bare minimum, there's like billions, like maybe probably trillions upon trillions
it's hard to lean
of
towards the other
Tyranids.
side. Now, there are two factions that the Tyranids hate. The first being Chaos. A lot of Chaos isn't made of flesh, but warp energy, so they lose biomass with every fight. However, this next faction is surprisingly a larger threat to both the Tyranids and the Tau.
Bite my
The
shiny
Necrons.
ass.
Yeah.
The Necrons can be easily considered one of the most powerful factions in the 40,000 era, but that's to be expected. They played a major role in
I'd say
war-
the Tyranids are probably my at least visually they're probably my favorites. It's Tyranids and the Necrons.
in heaven, rebelled against their own gods, and now store them in Pokeballs to do whatever they want. Their ability to revive the dead in necrodermis bodies make them very hard to kill. And yes, just like the others, they want to take over the galaxy, but they do have another
this is
goal
cool.
that can be argued is more vital to them. The Silent King and a large portion of the Necrons want to recover their souls and flesh that were once devoured by the Catan. To actually accomplish this,
That's
they will
by the way, that art on the bottom right, that's from Magic the Gathering card. I just want to put that out there.
species that they can
Wanna-
transfer their minds
That
into.
everyone knows.
Humanity being theorized as the prime candidate for that. How exactly they can do this? Well, the Silent King actually has a plan. From the Necron's 9th edition codex, it stated the Silent King plans to use the Pariah Nexus to cut the galaxy off from the warp entirely. Once completely cut off, all life in the galaxy will experience a sort of soul death from being disconnected from the warp, but are still technically alive. These vessels would then be the perfect candidates to experiment on to figure out how exactly they can reverse biotransference, if it's actually possible at all. But not every Necron dynasty wants to reverse biotransference. Imhotep the Stormlord views
I'm sorry.
the Necron's metal
Maybe there's just something that I'm missing, but this is something that I've thought about before. That I don't really think makes a lot of sense. In Necron lore, the Necrons made like pacts with the gods to give them immortality, or I don't know if it was like immortality or like strength or something. But they did that because their bodies were like so weak. But the fact that they would just want to go back to it is kind of stupid, unless like their like new bodies wouldn't be their old ones. I mean, I guess that makes more sense.
Bodies as superior to their flesh counterparts.
Because just going back to like level 1 when you're like at level 5 bajillion is kind of stupid.
The Silent King from his past failures. The Necron dynasties are very power hungry and willing to backstab each other, as each of them really acts as their own miniature empire. The Necrons really are their own worst enemy. If they were to ever become more unified or have more of their
I also know that they fight a lot, the Necrons. They fight within themselves, I mean.
Necrons endgame is extremely likely to happen, as it's just a matter of time, but actually reversing biotransference?
No.
Honestly, I think that's impossible. It's just really hard for me to picture how exactly you can get your soul back from being devoured 60 million years ago. That's a tough one. Well, it's a good thing the next faction is easy. Oh, if you've enjoyed the video so far,
their souls were like completely devoured? I thought I heard somewhere that like they just kept it somewhere. Or maybe I'm just tripping.
Subscribing. Thanks.
Where's the fighting?
Unsurprisingly,
God, the orcs. I love the orcs too, man.
They want to
They're so stupid.
Fight. With the tagline of the setting literally being "There is only war," honestly, the orcs don't have any long-term goals than just enjoying the fight in front of them. The orcs have already won. They're having a blast. Okay, but really though, what does their endgame look like? Orcs like fighting, but they want larger, ever more challenging battles until they reach a breaking point. That's why WAs form, after all. Now, what I'm about to say might sound counterintuitive, but stay with me. The endgame for orcs
yes, the peace
happen when every other faction's endgames have activated, or simply put, when every faction is at its most powerful. You see, the modern orcs of 40k are actually an extremely weak version of their ancestors, the Krork. Colossal, hyper-intelligent, and much stronger, they were able to handle the worst the War in Heaven had to throw at them. Orcs grow stronger or weaker depending on the scale of the conflict, and if every other race becomes stronger, so will the orcs. Because of that, the likeliness of their endgame
that's so cool, man.
Warhammer's conflicts will get worse, that's a guarantee, it just depends how long it takes to get there. Currently, the orcs are kept in check by the Imperium and a few other factions, but you can't be
100%? I mean, yeah, if that is their end goal, like if their end goal is to just get everyone else's, or at least one person's, or one faction's, I should say, end goals up, then I guess.
Act more as pests, and just like with pests, if you let an infestation grow out of control, it might become too late to stop it. This next faction knows that all too well.
Alright, listen to me, you knife, you piece of shit.
The Eldar
are in a pretty bad
probably
state
my least favorite faction.
Once they were the top dogs of the galaxy until their hubris brought the birth of Slaanesh. On top of their low birth rates and being under the constant shadow of Slaanesh, the Eldar are in danger of becoming extinct. Their endgame is to kill Slaanesh, free the trillions of Eldar souls that were consumed, and in so doing, allow those souls to be reincarnated to bring back the might of the Empire.
Yeah, I said earlier that there's probably trillions of Tyranids. Yeah, no, there's a lot more. If we have trillions of Eldar, yeah, no, we have a lot more Tyranids.
The Chaos God, how? Enter Unid, the Eldar's god of the
You need? What do I need?
Well, they haven't fully
I'm so sorry.
manifested yet. It is hypothesized that if Unid grows strong enough, they will fulfill their destiny of finally killing Slaanesh. There are two ways that this can happen. The first method requires the remainder of the Eldar race to be sacrificed and put their souls into the Infinity Stones to give Unid enough strength to form, which, you know, is not ideal. The second method rests on the Yunari, led by Yvrain, the emissary of Unid.
What are what are these names? Unid, Yvron, Weed? What did he say?
That she can summon Unid if they collect the 5 legendary Crone swords. Once all 5 are together, it will channel enough power for Unid to manifest that way. To top it off, they already have 4 of them.
What do you need?
The location of the last one. Sounds easy, just grab it, right? Can't be that bad. Where is the last one anyway?
Oh
yeah, it's in the deepest recesses of Slaanesh's domain that not a single person has ever survived to the end of. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Either way, the Eldar's only endgame lies with Unid. There isn't any other path to victory for them, but with that nigh impossible obstacle ahead of them, I can't really see how they
Yeah,
can do
no,
this unless the
no,
Nets weaken
absolutely
somehow
not.
before they invade
They
the
ain't
realm.
doing all that.
I'm going to put this as very unlikely. As it stands, I don't see a way for them to reach their endgame unless something changes. However, the next faction is right on track to winning.
Chaos. Chaos will die. I can't fucking stand chaos.
Chaos.
It pisses me off.
Wait a minute, I just thought of something. If the Eldar really believe they can get their souls back from Slaanesh, shouldn't it be possible for the Necrons to get them back from the Catan? I feel like it'd be harder to get them back from Slaanesh, so I mean, I guess it's possible. I don't know, I'm a little flippy-floppy.
Maybe I'm missing something from the lore, but both Necron / Elder Souls have been devoured, yet getting them back from Chaos God is possible. What? Yeah, aren't the Catan less powerful? Or weren't? I mean, they are less powerful than the Chaos Gods. But, like, when they were at their peak, weren't the Catan not as strong? Or maybe, yeah, maybe I'm also missing something.
Tell me in the comments.
Can smell chaos. I just
Maybe I'm also
For the
missing something.
Eldar, even considering taking on one Chaos God is an impossible task, and there's 4 of them to contend with. Out of all the factions, Chaos is the one that is really steadily approaching their endgame as we speak. Every violent thought, every cunning plan, every evil emotion empowers them. For some races, it's fundamentally impossible to avoid this. They are linked to the very souls of sentient races. But what exactly does the endgame or ultimate victory look like for Chaos? What do they want? Well, that's a
Damn,
complicated
it looks
question.
so
We
cool.
know at the very least that Chaos wants to continue infiltrating real space.
I've seen some of the the models that you use for the tabletop game for the Chaos enemies. Bro, some of them look so sick. There's this one guy from Yargle. I forgot his name, but he looks so cool. He has like wings and his armor is like deteriorated. Oh dude, it's so sick.
Terra until it eclipses the entire galaxy.
I don't have like the actual like board game, but I wanna play it at some point.
Allowing the Chaos Gods to fully materialize.
Looks like something I'd enjoy.
reality, free of restraints. And after the fall of Cadia split the galaxy in 2, they are closer to that than ever before. But let's say they do take over the galaxy, what then? Well, Chaos acts like a cancer, something that continues to grow and expand until there's nothing left of the host. That being the galaxy itself. There would be nowhere left for humanity, the Tau, Eldar, any of the races to escape to. Some, like the Warbearers, believe that this would actually be a good thing for humanity, that eventually humans would evolve to handle a warp-tainted universe, but I really don't think that's the answer. We've been shown time and again that Chaos warps even those that think they are somehow above its corruption. They wish to dominate and enslave everyone to their cause, no exceptions. No. Instead, humanity would forever lose its ability to decide their own future. Even when Chaos
Dark Souls
wins,
mentioned.
doesn't mean the great game is over. Each of the gods will spend an eternity trying to overpower one another in a universe of their own design, a perpetual state of hellish turmoil with no end in sight. Truly, in my opinion, the bad ending to 40k, and as sad as it is, it's the most likely to happen.
Really? I mean, yeah, that makes sense because it's powered by emotions, right? All of the Chaos God, they kind of use they use negative emotions, which is really cool as well. And I guess yeah, that would probably be like the more likely to happen. But that's awful. that sucks. Because they kind of can't win, right? Like every negative emotion is empowering them. Like you can't win. You can't win.
To chaos influence, but even then, unless something drastically changes in the lore, this is the most likely fate of the galaxy. Unless, of course, this next faction turns things around.
The Space Marines. Oh, the Imperium of Man. Protagonists.
We all know that the Imperium is in a decline since its heyday. The Imperium isn't weak by any means. It's still one of the strongest factions in the setting, but it's a rotting husk full of bureaucracy, logistical issues, and needless suffering. Being the largest faction, their enemies surround them, slowly chipping away at their borders. The time they take to reclaim one planet, they lose 4 more.
This enemy looks sick.
So this begs the question. Is there any way for the Imperium to truly win, to reclaim the galaxy for themselves? Well, yes, there is. While the Imperium has many problems to deal with, there is one impossible task that
many problems is an extreme understatement, yeah.
For its current downfall and probable extinction, and that's chaos. They fundamentally cannot be rid of it on their own. The only way for the Imperium to have a chance of surviving or even winning the great game is through the Emperor of Mankind's resurrection. Now, what do I mean by resurrection? Well, the books and lore have hinted at several different paths that could be taken.
Kill him using Xenos tech, Dark King, Belasarius, Call, Star Child. He is a perpetual, could heal on his own, maybe? What?
For the Emperor of Mankind to return.
Never heard of any of
I'm
these.
going to go over the one I believe gives the Imperium both the best chance to win and what I think will become the most likely path. With the daily sacrifice of thousands of psychic humans and trillions that worship him as a god already, doesn't that sound exactly like the recipe to creating a new Chaos God?
Oh, that would be kind of sick.
As we've seen that anyone that interacts with the Emperor of Mankind on the Golden Throne realizes that he is.
The Emperor has denied becoming a Chaos God once, Dark King. I say Chaos God here because he can become something similar to them, a warp god-like entity. Oh, wait, that would be kind of interesting. Yeah, because the Emperor is kind of just the equivalent of Jesus, right? He has like unmatched powers.
He has become something else entirely. He heard all these at once. He did not hear them at all. The Emperor spoke and did not speak. The very idea of words seemed ridiculous. The concept of them, a grievous harm against the equilibrium of time and being. Such power made Lyriel's mind reel, and for a moment her contempt for the creatures of terror wavered. The mind of the Emperor was a mountain in a surging madness of the other sea, blinding in its brilliance. It's been
That's so
theorized
cool. What?
death, all the souls he's consumed, and with worshippers across all planets, that a god will be born, but not one of evil, but one for humanity, the anathema, as he is so called by the other gods. With his newfound powers and freedom from the Golden Throne, I don't think it's a stretch to say that in this new form, he could continue to keep the Astronomicon going, and can even close the webway portal that Chaos has been trying to use to invade Holy Terra these past millennia. To go a step further with this, the Emperor in his new form could finally continue building his webway project to give humanity the final answer to defeating Chaos by separating themselves from the warp's influence. With humanity no longer giving Chaos
that's
power,
so
this would
cool.
heavily weaken them for the Emperor to deal the killing blow, ending Chaos's reign over the galaxy. This assumes, of course, that everything actually goes to plan. It's speculation on top of speculation, and there are a million different ways that this could go badly. He could become evil during all this, or the fact that GW...
Oh, wait, the Chaos God entails that he becomes evil? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm never understanding Warhammer. Yeah, Warhammer has a lot of moving parts, but I like it because like some of the factions are very messed up, but they look really cool. I mostly like the whole like vibe and design of it.
Recently added lore that makes it seem like
it's very depressing.
Bad idea, but I don't know. It's worded really weird.
Rather, the Grey Knights would themselves be the weapon on such a desperate day, one that would likely have to cut a path through the ranks of the Custodian Guard and many others to see its duty done.
Weirdly, I'm not a fan of it, but how likely is it for the Imperium to actually reach an endgame state and make it out the other side as a victor? I would say with full confidence, yeah, no, they have no chance.
What?
I mean, come on, when Gilman woke up and saw what the Imperium had become, he...
Do I still live? What more do you want from me? I gave everything I had to you, to them. Look what they've made of our dream. This bloated, rotting carcass of an empire is driven not by reason and hope, but by fear, hate, and ignorance. Better that we all had burned in the fires of the Horus's ambition than live to see this. Oh. The Horus Heresy? Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know about this. God, that's sick.
To give up. That's how bad the situation is. The
Do
Imperium
you see he got revived after like years, saw the situation and wanted to give up?
And one other problems that they have to deal with first before they can even consider
so
resurrecting the
stupid.
Emperor. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts and if you have some interesting theories as well. If you had fun with my lore rambling, subscribe for more of my stupid
That
opinions.
was awesome, man. That's so sick. I thought for sure that like the Imperium would have like a very good chance at it. But apparently I was wrong. I thought that all they had to do was just wait for the guy to respawn, but clearly I was wrong. But yeah, that was a really interesting video. That's really, really cool.